Oh boy. I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend, y'all. It's going real bad. It's going real bad. Our girl, Yuzuriha, could not. I don't think she could be going through it any worse right now. And I know I keep saying that. I feel like there's been a steady escalation of, oh my God, this is so bad. Oh my God, this is so bad. Oh my God, this is so bad. And it's not even an exaggeration, but it keeps happening. And I feel like we've just screamed so far past fever pitch in that last part. Just, you know, like, and it felt like she was getting things back on track. It felt like this very cute little relationship that she had just started with Ringo. It felt like a wholesome thing that was actually kind of working for her, and it felt like she was starting to kind of maybe finding her way toward a path to some kind of peace with things. And then it's just this happens out of nowhere. Of course it does. Of course it does. Of course it does, because Yuzuriha Yatsushiro, being Yuzuriha Yatsushiro is just suffering, I guess. It's terrible. Our poor girl. We love her so much. She deserves the world. And now we're being deprived of this beautiful relationship that could have meant something, and now I don't even know at this point, dude. It's all terrible. Like, you know what? Just hit me. Like, I've already been hit. Like, my energy bar is depleted. It's the end of the second time. It's the end of the third round. It's like, finish her. And this is it. So let's just do it. Rain in winter is way too quiet. Gazing at the scenery outside the window after I've finished my tasks, it's only when I notice the flagstones are wet that I realize it's been raining. The cold rain falls without sound, seeping into the cold ground and turning it black. The sky's icy tears have soaked through everything before I notice. Yeah? Hearing a tentative voice behind me, I turn around. You do that. Secretary. Miss Secretary No Sprite. Although I grin brightly at her, the smile the secretary returns is awkward. She scurries off into the corner of the room where the rest of my colleagues are gathered. Of course, it wouldn't help my case if I was rude to her. Oh, this is already blown up. Like, this is gone completely nuclear. This is meltdown mode. I have no doubt this girl is about to just catch the brunt of some pretty ugly business. It probably wasn't Nerine who leaked it. Still, news of my relationship with Ringo started as a drip falling here and there to the placid surface of the academy until the drips turned into rivulets that ran together to form one raging river. No one has asked me about it to my face, but by now it's pretty much an open secret. That goes for within my ear group, and those above me and below too. And oh yeah, like this just, whoa boy, I mean, you don't get caught getting ready to lay a great big fat one on your new girlfriend by the girl that you just kind of asked out, and then that just kind of lay dormant. Like, who saw that? Like, who else saw that? Like, if Nerine was the one that saw it, like, who else was there? Was everybody just crowded around the door? Like, who all could have seen this feasibly? And, like, I don't think Nerine is the type to tell people. Like, how did this get out? No, they're more than that. They're friends who've been with me and Nerine through thick and thin. Me and Nerine Komikado, the members of the Council of Nikaya, and had clearly expected me and Neri to end up dating. Some of them even thought we'd been an item ever since we started at the academy, although they'd never have said it out loud. Which is probably why do they feel betrayed? Like, what does it matter? Like, you know, it just because, like, we ship you two, but you didn't get together. Now we're mad. That's so dumb. Get these girls a Nintendo. Their unconcealed coldness toward me is further proof that they're backing Narine, who they deem to be the spurned party here. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna go over too well. But I think of that girl with her feline smile, and then of the girl in the pages of the documents that have been placed on my desk. Oh, shit. So Suo's making some progress too. I guess she can kind of feel that that noose tightening, and I guess going into an election season, having this hanging over your head is certainly not gonna do much good for the popular vote. I mean, all you gotta do is just if we just, you know, transplanted this game to America, everything would be fine. Everything Yuzu had done and she's being accused of would just roll off everybody else. It would be fine. Seeing Suo Shirahane's name on the forms for the student council election candidates, I smile wryly. Both those council members are total squares, or total nerds. I would have set my sights on the winsome secretary and the general clerk. She's not just a pretty face. Speak with her a little and you're sure to be captivated by the truly decent and honest personality behind it. Getting an audience with the girls of a similar temperament is the hard part, but once that's managed, she'll have no problem securing their trust. Yeah, not going great for you. A self-deprecating smile rises to my face unbidden. Although I'm curious about Suo-kun's next move, there's someone else I need to be focusing on above all others right now. Ringo, yeah, like, God, she can't be having a good time either, I imagine, if everybody finds out. One, you know, your sister is now just like, oh, you literally stabbed me in the back. That's cool. And I imagine she's also going to kind of earn herself the ire of, you know, dating the most popular girl in school. Oh, geez, man. Neither of the two deserve anything that's happening here. This is so awful. I stopped meeting with Ringo-kun when our relationship became public knowledge. Not to protect myself, but to protect her. I can't exactly say this is a pleasant situation for myself, but for Ringo, I can hardly bear to think about it. Still, if I act rashly, I'll only make things worse for her. I truly believe that. Oh. I think more than anything, she just kind of wants you by her side. I think that would mean more than anything. And I think that you would probably benefit from having her by your side. Like, I honestly think that this relationship is fine. Like, especially given these circumstances, I feel like these are two people that kind of just need each other. Like, you've kind of already, like, everybody already knows. You've already dove in. Like, you might as well try to, like, fix what you can. Like, it'll take time, but I think that, like, if these two want to be together, like, it can be facilitated and it can be okay with time. It's just everything sucks with how it all came to be. Like, it's just a real bad set of circumstances for everybody involved. I could just pass by the first-year classrooms. No, if I pull something like that, it'll only pique everyone's curiosity even further. They'll take any side of hint as definitive proof. You gotta do something. The face of the girl who saved me floats before my eyes, and I press my thumbs hard into my temples. Many times I've found my feet carrying me toward her room. But each time reason reared its head, stopping me in my tracks, turning me on my heel and returning me to my own room. What if I sent her a letter asking her to meet me somewhere? Could I slip it into her shoe cupboard like we used to? But every idea I come up with is stupid. Taking after my father, I turn to face the aquarium. My gaze follows the shadows of the fish as they dart in and out of the seaweed. I repeat my father's words to the fish, but they have no response for me. All I get back in return is guilt and unease. Oh. I can see Ringo's cherubic face in the glass. The illusion brings back the feeling of her soft, slender body in my arms. Despite not wearing any perfume, her skin gave off a deliciously tantalizing scent. It lingered on my clothes, that unique smell of blossoming womanhood. Uh-oh. Hey! And now I'm not just seeing things, I'm smelling them. I'd been so lost in staring at the fish that I hadn't noticed it at first, but now, a familiar scent to Ringo's, yet with a more masculine bass note, brings me back to reality. I slowly turn around. So you really stepped in at this time, huh, Chief? Dang! There you go. Lay it on. Touched by Yaigaki-kun's concern, a genuine smile makes its way to my lips. However, damn girl, you really do have it bad. She grimaces at me. She's supposedly used to being alone, but we've been friends for a while now. It seems like she's starting to develop a needy streak. Despite clearly setting me up for a riposte, it's as much as I can do to force a weak smile. Yeah, I bet she is. Man, she really cares. Damn! Like, yo, you need to chill, girl. When I release my iron grip on her, Yaigaki-kun rubs her shoulder. I apologize again for misjudging my own strength. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good telltale sign. Does not mince words, and this is why we love Erika Yaigaki. I'm pretty sure people are probably ostracizing her a bit. Yeah. Like, oh, you broke up the OTP we had in our heads, and Nerine is like the spurned lover. When I tell her that sounds about the same as what I'm experiencing, she informs me with that feline smirk that it's a little worse for Ringo. Feeling grateful to Suo-kun and Hanabishi-kun, I sag slightly in relief, but Yaigaki-kun looks apprehensive. Her sister probably is not taking this well.
旧友の態度に驚かないか。両家の子女が集まるこの学院でも変わらないんだなと毒を吐くかと思ったよ。
She's not wrong there.
育ちがどうだろうが、基本女ってのは変わらないもんですよ。集団になれば驚くほど同じだ。
Her words bring back memories of all the various schools I attended back in the day.
私の試験ですけどね。女ってのは属するものを作り。
I don't think that's exclusively a women thing. I think that's just a human thing.
まんまの意味としての属。友達や部活、趣味、自分とつながる属が。
俗。
ええ、女のいさかいなんて大抵そいつが元で起きる。自分に属さないものは排除しようとする。そいつが少数ならもっとわかりやすくなる。
I nod my agreement with her philosophical view. At my previous schools, I experienced my own fair share of being treated as different due to my appearance.
それで驚くこととは？
こいつもあまり愉快じゃないことだ。まさかあいつが。
The way she trails off leaves an ominous shadow hanging over us. Could it be that Ichigo is keeping her? Yeah, I guess Erika doesn't know that, or maybe she hasn't put it together that Ichigo kind of like was the one that wanted to pursue this in the first place, and then like Ringo kind of just accidentally stepped and fell in and kind of, yeah.
佐々木いちごくんが距離を置き出した。
Looks like you're thinking straight again, she says with a smirk.
忠告をした時にこうなるような気はしていたんですが、あれほど露骨に避けるようになるとは思わなかった。
Dang, even like shunning her?
そうか。
I get that this is a messed up situation. After all, Ichigo-kun admitted her feelings to me first, but
なんだかんだ言っても姉妹だ。それに佐々木姉が八代先輩に向けていたのはもう少し軽い感情。
yeah, like that's kind of like what I've gathered the whole time is I feel like she just likes being around her because she thinks she's cool and I mean, it could just be that Ichigo like expresses romantic love in a different way, but it never felt like there wasn't kind of like a sensuality or like the way that Ringo kind of was reading Yuzu as a person. Like these are two people that are seeing each other as people. I think that like you have two people that are clearly wearing a mask. You have Yuzu, who's obviously like we've been over this, but again, Ringo is like intentionally nerfing herself to constantly keep from being compared to her sisters so that they don't, you know, and like I feel like she was starting to kind of find her own way forward to not have to live like that. So like these two are like really good for one another, and they're reading each other on a deeply personal level, whereas like what Ichigo was expressing was just kind of this more of like an intense admiration.
人嫌いの割にはよく見ているじゃないか。
I think that like a lot of the times, and I know this because I went through it for a while, I was a big misanthrope, and to a degree I still am. Definitely still see the negative in things more than the positive. You watch people a lot. You listen to words carefully. Like every word out of people's mouths is like very thoroughly scrutinized. I think that those people who hate people often know them the most, and they also kind of end up loving people intensely when they do love someone, for those very same reasons.
人嫌いだからですよ。猫は自分に近寄ってくる相手が猫好きなのかそうじゃないのかしっかり観察している。自分の身を守るために。
That brings back thoughts of my past self. and of Narine Komikado, things that are now out of my reach.
あいつらは同質だ。
Yeah, that's gotta be awful. And oh god, can you imagine, like, just sharing this same small room? These rooms are so tiny. Sharing that small of a space with someone that you are just like, you feel betrayed by, and then just getting the cold shoulder, you know. Ugh, god. This game is really good at making you feel that awful kind of tension that's like really real and palpable. This information hits me hard, and I feel a pressure on my chest, making it hard to breathe. All I feel is remorse.
ずいぶん苦い顔をしているようですが、うちのクラスに顔を出すとか、佐々木姉妹の部屋に押しかけようなんて真似はしないでくださいよ。
分かっているさ。
Yagaki-kun looks up at me dubiously as I wring the words out.
佐々木姉はともかく、クラスでは白羽がうまくやっているんです。ご破産にはしないでほしい。
Yeah, like she's kind of like, she's doing what she can.
リンゴをかばっているのか。今は大事な時だろうに。
I think that that's probably gonna end up earning her points, honestly, that she's like, you know, like, I feel like that this makes her come off as pretty virtuous, honestly. The fact that, like, you know, she's being maybe authoritative and or just like doing things to keep the attention off of Ringo. But I feel like she can like Suo is very good at ingratiating herself to people. And she's got Rika there to kind of handle this, to pick up the slack. I think these two are gonna work pretty well together at keeping things from completely combusting. She's not yet an official candidate, but if things go well, after this will come the voting. Of course, protecting Ringo would be a huge minus for her when it comes to that. I think that it could be read another way.
あいつは自分を卑下しますがね。
That's just me. I just think that that could be read a different. I think that it could be read oppositely, maybe.
白羽の長所は貧乏くじを引けるところですよ。
Yeah, like she very intentionally, like it. Yeah, that's like she very intentionally throws herself into the worst of it because like she knows she can handle it. Like this girl's way stronger than you would have ever imagined.
自分の評価を下げると分かっていても。
そう、分かっていてもです。
Yeah, like this is all very considered.
分かっていて貧乏くじを率先して引くやつだから。
Oh, you're blushing. Somebody really, really admires someone. I have the feeling that she would have gone on to say she's special, but she catches herself before she does and swallow those words. Oh. Somebody holds somebody in pretty high esteem.
八重垣くんもだいぶ貧乏くじを引いているように見えるけどね。
私のは面白がりなだけですよ。それでいて切な主義。
Oh, a little proposal for your own amusement. Whatever could it be?
ただの面白がりからの提案があるんですが。
My wonderful, wily little friend. She beckons to me, a wicked smirk curling up her lips.
悪巧みかい？
You got a scheme? I'm in. Let's go. Any scheme that Erika Yagaki's got going, I think is probably going to be pretty awesome.
こいつは好意ですよ。佐々木妹の憔悴しきった顔を見るのは。
Oh, what are you going to do?
だから。
Startled by the proposal, she whispers to me. I stare into her verdigris? I love this series, but the way they keep just making up words that don't exist, like that's not in a dictionary anywhere. Don't even go look it up. Don't waste your time. Don't Google it. Like, no, like somebody, this is the, like we talk about localizers taking, we get people on Twitter, you know, big virgin babies that are mad because somebody says sus in a localization when we got people out here making up words like verdigris. This is where we should be focused, not because somebody said sus. Looking through those windows to discover her true
そ
intentions.
の提案ぜひ
What
受けさ
are
せて
you all up to? Just like Harry and the Hendersons. That is a bad movie. I think the dad from Alf is in it, though. Isn't he? I don't know. Nobody watching this knows what Alf is or what Harry and the Hendersons is. Her face is the very picture of self-satisfaction, and there's a slightly mocking lilt to her voice. In order to understand her meaning, I have to explain the movie and later the TV show, Harry and the... Yeah, there was a TV show for Harry and the Hendersons, too. Released in 1987, the movie starts with an ordinary American family, the titular Hendersons, driving home from a camping trip. On their drive back to Seattle, they hit something with their car. That something turns out to be none other than Bigfoot, the beast of legend. Thinking they've killed the creature, the family take the body with them. However, it turns out not to be dead and to be very much the very much alive Bigfoot proceeds to rampage through their home. Eventually, they manage to come to an understanding with the beast. They name him Harry and decide to look after him in secret. They gradually grow closer until one day one of the neighbors catches sight of Harry and
つまりそれってどういう意味なのですか？
she tilts her head, seemingly not following my explanation.
八重垣君は僕へとある提案をした。絶対に見つからない会いに行く場所として
Alright! Yay! We don't have to, like, you know, not meet together. That's good. There's like I'm sure there's like other places you could meet. You literally... Does the Council of Nikaya not have like keys for like, you know, the stage area and stuff? Like, do you not have that? Could you not just like finagle that? But then maybe someone would notice those keys were missing or that they would have been used. I don't know. But hey, like, Erica loaning us the room for a bit, you know, to kind of have a little bit of alone time, I feel that's good. Yagaki-kun made the proposition for Ringo's sake, to offer her somewhere more comfortable than her current bed of thorns.
つまり八重垣君と高崎君がヘンダスン一家で僕とリンゴがかくまわれているビッグフットのハリーってわけさ。
And so they are, offering to make their room available to us.
本当にいいのですか？
Yeah, y'all just like don't make a mess of anything, please. You know what I mean by that. Be respectful. She blinks in surprise at Yagaki-kun, who returns the look with a broad smirk.
構わない。ここであと2年以上やっていくのに、歌手はできるだけ
Yeah, okay. Erica literally is a mob boss, and I'm here for it.
憎まれ口を叩かないの？気にしないでいいのよ。ゆっくり
Oh,
していってね。
love these two. Ringo's expression immediately brightens upon receiving a rare smile from Takasaki-kun. Just seeing her expression light up like that makes it worth accepting the offer. Oh.
お前の方が怪物役のハリーだったんだけど。
Get fucked. Huh? Nothing. I didn't say a damn thing.
ベジタリアンで野菜しか
Damn!
まさにハマり役だろ。
She's getting some payback for last episode.
出会った頃言っているならね。
Oh no.
ヘンダスン一家みたいにかくまうなんて優しいところ一つもなかったじゃないの。
God, the old couple is at it again, everybody. I swear, it's just like, this is the point where like Ringo and Yuzuriha are looking at each other just like, oh Jesus Christ, here they go again. And then Erica's just like, is this seriously what you two want? Because this is gonna be you. Give it another couple months. This is gonna be you. She glares down at Yaigaki-kun with her hands on her hips, but the other girl merely smiles cat-like back at her. Ooh, she got her! She got her! Oh.
何？クラスに私を気遣ってくれる人
Aww.
本当に嬉しかったのです。ありがとう、八重垣ちゃん、千鳥。
Yeah, whatever, shut up, get out of here. The two of them are lost for word as Ringo takes each of their hands and thanks them with the utmost sincerity. Like, they're both literally just like, okay, I'm out, just get, this is gross. Let me out, let me out. You two just do whatever you want, just, like, leave the bookshelf alone, whatever. Yeah, just a whim. I just, thought to do this of my, that I don't really care all that much, really. It's just like thinking, man, wouldn't it be cool if I let two girls, just kind of make out in our room or something? That's fine. Her genuine gratitude must have touched a nerve as Yaigaki-kun looks away and scratches her head awkwardly.
僕からも礼を言うよ。八重垣くん、高崎くん。
私の真意は話したでしょ。別に構いませんよ。ただ、ベッドを使うなら千鳥のようにしてもらってこの足だとシーツを交換するのに骨なんだよ。
Ringo flushes as rosy red as her namesake fruit. With great exaggeration, I tell them that I'll make sure to do so. Laying it on, let's go!
エリカ？なんだよ、冗談くらい。そう、八代先輩たちに私のベッドを貸すということは、エリカがベッドで網手移動し、親密な触れ合いをしたいということね。
Destroyed once again! Erika Yaigaki continuously unable to score a win over the undefeatable Chidori Takasaki. She's dead. This girl, she's done.
遠回しに求めなくてもいいの。私
Wow! Wow! That's it! No! She's the shit. Ready for what? What are you talking about? I don't know anything about sex. Get out of here. Shut up. Yaigaki-kun practically barks back at her, her face flushing as scarlet as Ringo's. Both Ringo and Takasaki-kun laugh. They're entertaining, if anything. Damn, I did not expect Chidori to go all in the way she did. It really looked like Erika won. It really did. It really did. But then the trap had been laid. And our wonderful, cute, adorable little cat girl fell for the snare. Oof. God, no one has ever been more owned than Erika Yaigaki. And it just keeps happening. Like, she is a powerful force on her own, but when she gets owned, she is just like dumpster and all, dude. Real friends who will offer a hand in times of need and a bed in times of need.
それじゃあせっかくだからコーヒーを入れましょう。
They're even gonna make you coffee? Why y'all, like, God, you could not ask for better friends here.
ミルクと砂糖が入ってるなら私も甘いコーヒーの方が好きよ。エリカはブラックよね。分かっていて聞くな。私も甘いやつに決まってるだろ。甘くないコーヒーなんてコーヒーじゃない。
Chuckling, Takasaki-kun heads over to the coffee mill to prepare their orders. Yeah, the coffee connoisseur.
なに、僕はどんなコーヒーも愛している。僕の愛は広い。
She's a big believer in free love. She nods understandingly. Oh, yeah, okay, you got it. Damn! Holy crap! I guess she just still feeling that sting from getting owned by Chidori, so she guys got to throw out another barb to get her bearings back.
いや、なんだ。 別に煽ろうとかからかってるわけじゃない。私も、ほら。
And look at me, I'm not doing better. I'm getting owned over here constantly. She jerks her chin in the direction of Takasaki-kun, now grinding the beans.
な、わかるだろ。
Grinding the beans. Oh, man. That is not... I didn't need to read those 3 words right. No, get it out of your head. Polly, get it out of your head. Stop. Oh my god. Grinding the beans. It's a statement that conveys a lot. It certainly does. Love between girls. I'm already well aware that I'm gay, but what about Yaegaki-kun and Ringo? A question suddenly occurs to me. Do they think of these feelings as a temporary affection? Or something that will persist even after they've left the academy behind? Yeah, I can see it kind of being something that like girls just do out of necessity. It's kind of, you know, all girls school, you kind of, I think you just kind of accept that some level of that's going to happen because people need companionship. People want, you know, physicality and those things. And it's natural to want that. It's not, it's similarly the reason probably why a lot of women come out of prison, you know, in similar situations, let's say.
そうだ。せっかく部屋を提供したんです。ぜひ、のろけを
Some of the
聞かせて
good stuff? Please define.
のろけ？
佐々木妹のどこが気に入ったかってことですよ。
Oh. Okay. I feel at ease around her. What do I like about Ringo Sasaki?
今更ながら考えたことがなかっ
Putting a finger to my chin, I mull it over.
悩まないと出てこないとか。
Aww.
た。違う。改めて考えたことがなかったからだよ。
Lots of things to like about her. She's an amazing person. She has a lot of positive qualities.
たくさん。
Aww.
これだというものは。
Thinking it over, I look into Ringo's flushed face. Got it.
一緒にいて落ち着けるところだな。
Oh, and it's true too. Look at her face. Like this seriously, all of this goes back to like when she was tending to the flowers in the cooking club. I think that this all kind of goes back to that. Like she just kind of feels weirdly comfortable around her for some reason.
落ち着ける？なんだかありきたり
I
だね。
really wanted something dirty.
ありきたりということは万人にとって大切な事柄だってことだろ？
Oh. Love seeing Ringo happy. Feeling like I've just made an unexpected confession, I'm conscious of my own cheeks growing hot. Even Yaegaki-kun seems to be too tongue-tied to poke fun at us. Still blushing hard, Ringo glances at me bashfully. When she looks up at me through her lashes, her gaze strikes a chord deep inside me.
そうか。
I mean, yeah, like she's an attractive girl too. It's okay. Even I've been worn down by the stares of those around me. When I think of what Ringo must have been going through, compassion blooms within me.
リンゴ。
Aww. Without her saying a word, I find myself drawn in by those eyes.
あら？
Oh my. The fragrant scent of coffee reminds me of the fact that we're in Yaegaki-kun's room, which I'd completely forgotten for a brief moment.
自由に使っていいとは言いましたが、人目を少し
Spare a thought for the people here, please. My face feels like it's on fire. Yaegaki-kun takes her cup from her amitié partner.
実はもう一つ提案があるので
You got another proposal. What you got?
何かな？
鍵が2階屋の貝預かりなら最高なんですけどね
It'd be great if the Council of Nikaya had the key.
そいつが前提でもう一つ ここよりも気兼ねなく。
Oh, yeah. In response to her beckoning, I lean in close so that my ears by her lips. Yeah! All right, we know where they're going. To get straight to the point, yes, the Council of Nikaya did indeed have the key to the room Yaigaki-kun spoke of. And that room is St. Joseph.
やりたい放題できるってこと。
Aww. Honestly, I have no idea why I didn't think of it myself. The underground theater beneath the chapel, the St. Joseph, is rarely open unless for an event. And so the key is left in the care of the Council of Nikaya, who undertake its monthly cleaning.
初めからここでデートをしておけば。
Yeah, this would have probably have been the best place to start meeting from the outset. This would have saved a whole lot of trouble.
でも視聴覚室で映画を見たりとか、飼
Oh.
育小屋で一緒に餌やりをしたり楽しかったです。
思い出は何者にも代え難い。
Ringo smiles and nods from her position atop my lap. Oh, it's so cute. Maybe because we're away from prying eyes and therefore free to be ourselves, Ringo has been on the offensive since we entered the place. Oh, she's a little go-getter, is she?
ゆずりは先輩の
Go get it, girl, go get it.
そうかい。なら大きく実った甲斐があった。
That's my girl right there. Go get it. She leans back against me, resting her head in the dip between my breasts.
心臓トクトク言ってます。
Yeah, now she likes to act all tough, but this is all still new territory for her too. This whole physical intimacy thing.
緊張しているのだよ。
She is right. She is a pure maiden after all. Like there's nothing wrong about this comment. She's just a girl like fiddling her way through all of this stuff for the first time, and it's adorable. Deep down, this is just who she is. The sensation of her plump little butt against my thighs, her ripe girlish scent, everything is heightened in the stillness of the underground theater.
この体勢も素敵ですけど。
Yes, it would. Do it. Do it.
もっと素敵な気がしますですね。
向き合うって。
Oh, come on. Don't be a prude at this point. We've already come this far. Then we'd be well and truly embracing. Just the thought of it stirs up a desire in me that I know I'd have a hard time fighting.
僕はこうしてリンゴの種
Oh, she's not ready yet.
幸せ
She's just not there. She could, she probably doesn't trust herself to hold back.
これくらいなら
Or she's just still too intimidated.
できるですよ。
Yeah, that's a good point.
自分から貸し出す旨を言ってきたのだから文句はつけないだろうが僕は耐えられないよ。
Although I'm able to be open with my feelings for the first time in my life, there's still some internal resistance I need to overcome. I still struggle to bring myself to kiss and hug her properly.
姉にいちご姉に気
I
を使っ
think
て
it's
いるから
because she's one. I think she is concerned about Ichigo and how this is going to continue affecting your relationship with her in the meantime. And she's still got feelings for Nerine. Like, she's still got things to deal with there. And kind of feel like that's something Ringo would understand. Like, I don't think that she's going to take that as a you don't love me enough. I think she understands. Like, she knows what... You know, she knows what she ended up stepping in on when she saw those two in the chapel, and she knows, you know. So our girl is smarter than anybody's gonna give her credit for, I think. I trail off. I didn't know what to say. I want to shrink back from her with her head on my chest. It feels like she'll be able to hear my inner thoughts via the conspicuous beat of my heart.
ゆずりは先輩は優しいですね。
Oh.
臆病なだけさ。
That's what I want to say. The cowardly lion. In the back of my mind, she's there.
ゆずりは先輩は今までに
Oh, boy! Ringo, I think you know the answer to that question. I don't want to talk about it. Not a good thing to talk about right now. A shadowy figure looms in the back of my mind, dark and oppressive.
あまり話したくはない。
I tell her.
ごめんなさい。話しづらい
I
こと
mean, it kind of is.
ごめん。僕がいいなと思うのはみんな女性だったからね。あまり理解されないかと。
Yeah, because again, she's still not sure if like this is a thing Ringo feels just because again, she just wants companionship in an all-girls school, or if, you know, like, look, I'm telling you straight up, like, I'm a big old lesbian.
私としてもゆずりは先輩が好きです。同じですよ。
Mm-hmm. She protests as she looks up at me and I thank her.
それに、八重垣ちゃんが言ってました。
What did she tell you?
女性同士の恋はおかしいもので
There
は
you
ない。
go! Homosexuality isn't weird. 90% of giraffes are gay. There you go. Happy Pride, everybody. Happy Pride to 90% of the giraffes out there.
オットセイなんかも同じだって言
And
ってま
fur
したで
seals!
すよ。
Look at that.
それは励ましい。映画80くらいのね。
Still, that is a very sweet thing for Erica to have done. And you know, it's just Ringo is just like, she's a teenager figuring shit out. Like, yeah, homosexuality is like, that's a big thing to be thinking about when you're what, like 14? These girls are what, 14? So it makes sense for this to be a real big thing, and like for the, you know, for Erica to kind of like, you know, make a little more sense using the stupidest analogy or the stupidest information she could come up with at the time. Also, I have no idea if this information is true or not. I'm not gonna Google it because we know what happened the last time I Googled something and I got real upset about it. Still, I decide not to say anything.
慰めてくれてありがとう。
Oh. Again, and again, this is like Ringo also just saying, like, look, like, I accept you. It's fine. Like, she said it in the chapel and she's saying it here. Like, there's not a bone in this girl's body that doesn't mean it. Like, Ringo may not 100% have a grasp on her sexuality, but I think that at this point she knows that, yeah, I mean, girls are pretty good. I'm into that. She knows that she likes the girl she's currently with, and then maybe that's all you need. Sexuality doesn't have to be a set thing. It's a sliding scale sometimes. Sometimes you like this, sometimes you like that. I'm pansexual. I like everything. So it's just, hey, what do you want this way? You know, what do you want this time around? What's pulling you? Like, what is spiritually and emotionally pulling you toward a person, you know, the person this time? Doesn't matter in my case, baby. Ringo smiles up at me before burrowing her head back into my chest once more. God, wouldn't it? Like, this isn't the ideal situation, but it feels like we could ride this out for a bit until all of this other stuff kind of fixes itself. Here, during our secret meetings in St. Joseph, I'm free to speak and act my true to myself. And while I do still have to be a little bit on guard in Yaigaki-kun and Takasaki's room, it's still a lot of fun talking with people who understand us. As Ringo says, it would be nice if things could go on like this forever. But when it comes down to it, avoidance doesn't get you anywhere. The things you put off will eventually come back to bite you in the ass. That's so true! What was it I'd said? Things coming around to bite you in the ass. A wonder lasts but 9 days. The rumors will die down soon. I recall saying something like that, so it must have been in regard to me and Ringo. But it was all a preamble, like the intro to a Rakugo skit. The doubts surfacing in my mind right now are of a different sort. The words that had hit me like an unexpected blow to the head. You know,
ウェンディゴだって？
That's a fun way for User Niha to be wording that of all people. Not the Wendigo again. Are you kidding me? We already did this. I repeat it back to her as she fiddles with her braids. She's never been comfortable with these topics.
八代先輩の耳には何も入っていないのですか?
What have we not heard about now? In all of these rendezvous with Ringo, has another Wendigo accident happened? My favorite tomato sauce ravioli suddenly tastes like sawdust. Yeah, that happens. You ever like been eating something like I can literally think of a specific moment of when I was having some of the best crab rangoon ever and got some awful information and like that food literally turned to fucking dirt in my mouth. It's not the fault of the vibrant green spinach pasta before me. Yeah, we already did the Wendigo. All right. Now I think we actually just dragged somebody out of their room and beat their ass. I think we just dragged somebody out of their room and beat their ass for starting this shit again. Hanabishi-kun seems awkward as she continues playing with her hair. That's so. That someone was probably the council treasurer or auditor whose recommendations she'd received in order to submit her candidacy. Another eyewitness report? Can we just maybe ignore it and make it go away, seeing as the last time it was literally a nothing burger? What's going on? What's going on? Not my best rendition of what's up. The true form of the wandering Wendigo of the woods had been none other than dorm mother Katabami. The injured baby raccoon that started the whole thing had recovered, and the culprit had promised not to act so thoughtlessly again, and yet now... Oh man, she's just getting blackballed by everybody at this point. If something isn't urgent, it doesn't reach my ears. I guess they don't see fit to bother me. They don't see fit to bother me with trivial matters, but previously I would have been the first to hear about something like this. I'm gonna have to go in there and be like, y'all, seriously, stop it. This stuff is stupid. We already did this one. If we're gonna do another mystery, you need to pull from the bag of tricks. You can't do double jeopardy. I already did that one. Aww. With that, I chow down on the ravioli that's been speared on my fork this whole time, but the sauce, ordinarily delicious, turns bitter in my mouth. Well, what's going on now? Like, did somebody actually get injured again? Or something? Troubled by the news of the Wendigo I gleaned from Hanabishi-kun, I wanted to go and ask about it right away. Instead, I had to wait until after the Council of Nakai meeting, but... Better yet, what has the Wendigo even done? Is it just something somebody saw? Because if it's something somebody saw, can't we just be like, who cares? We know what happened last time. I gaze out the window at the scene, dipped in sunset reds. My eyes are drawn to the well-manicured lawn and the row of cherry trees that serve as a windbreak. A single bird lands on a branch, looking around with dull eyes. Like, why would this be coming up a second time? Like, I can't think that they would do this for no reason, obviously. Like, the writings have been too good to just, like, do the same thing again without a reason. Like, there's got to be something here. The origin of that white shadow was dorm mother Katabami's homemade sack. So what could it be this time?
片場寮長の瞳から部屋を覗いたが嘘をついている節はなかったなら集団心理のようなものか
Okay. The Wendigo had been the talk of the school for a hot minute. Maybe some frail soul spooked themselves into seeing it, causing a chain reaction where anyone out walking alone would be able to convince themselves they'd seen it too.
娯楽の少ないところだがそんなところかもしれないな
It doesn't seem like enough to qualify as an actual incident, and despite the spreading rumors, the faculty didn't seem to view it as a problem.
僕の出る幕はなさそうだ
Yeah, like I don't. Again, like this is weird. Where are you going with this? Concluding that there's no real teeth to the rumors, I heave a deep sigh as I continue to watch the sunset gilded dove. What a peaceful scene. My optimistic outlook was, however, soon betrayed in the worst way possible. Oh, geez. That day, I approached the chapel at midnight as I had done countless times before. Ringo Sasaki did not come to me. What? I arrived precisely at our meeting time. Usually she'd be there before me, but not tonight. The path was muddy from the brief but heavy rain that fell a little earlier, and I thought perhaps it had delayed her, but 10 minutes passed and then 20, and I started to worry. This was out of character. 30 minutes, and I felt like metal clasps were tightening around my stomach. I had a bad feeling, and my bad feelings are never off the mark. What? I hurried back towards the dorm with mud sucking at my feet and slowing me down. On my way,
聖堂へ来る途中雨に降られて
reasonable.
いや雨が降っていたのは9時頃から11時頃までだ待ち合わせの時間を考えれば急な雨に降られるということはない
Did the Wendigo eat Ringo?
まさかウェンディコにでも遭遇して
Terrible conjectures crowded my head, spurring me on to reach her as fast as I could. Yes. Like, just go to her room. Pushed on by that bad feeling, I find myself at the twins' room where I had resolved not to go for fear of drawing attention to our relationship. Yo, what's up? Is your sister here? Although I hadn't properly faced up to her since Ringo and I started dating, seeing Ichigo-kun and hearing her voice calms me slightly.
リンゴはもう寝てしまったのかい
I question her using Ringo's unembellished name, which I usually save for when we're alone. In my fervor, I voiced it without thinking and, realizing the cruelty of my words, fall silent. Is she, like, did she get a cold? Are we, like, gonna do another cold arc? For a second, an incomparably sad expression flits across Ichigo-kun's face before she points toward the triple bunk bed.
さらわれていなかったか
What? That's a weird thing to say. Why are you relieved my sister wasn't kidnapped? Better yet, why are you bringing that up? That's a weird thing to say to me, her sister. Seeing Ringo's figure on the bottom bunk, the cruel clasps finally released their hold on my stomach. My bad feeling was off the mark this time. I'm relieved to know that she simply fell asleep and missed our meeting, but then...
なんだ
Seeing the troubled and strangely fearful expression on Ringo's face, I realize that something isn't right here. I search back through my photographic memory. Right.
リンゴのベッドは下段
Yeah. She should be on the top bunk. I identify the incongruity of this like a spot the difference puzzle, then make my way over to her. The moment she tries to sit up in bed, Oh no, what happened? Her face constricts. I pull back the covers, already knowing what I'm going to see. She didn't get stabbed, did she? Oh no! Did she break her ankle? Oh no. Bandages are wrapped around her ankle. She grits her teeth, overcome with pain, simply from shifting her position slightly.
何があったんだ
What happened? I ask her fiercely, resisting the urge to grab her by the shoulders.
それは
転んだだけではないだろうそれだったら
Did
隠す必要な
somebody-
どないからな
Nuh-uh.
何が
Dude, nuh-uh. Somebody didn't actually, like, come and fuck her up. Ichigo, tell me you didn't.
襲われたんです
I mean, I figure, like, if it was Ichigo, like, Ringo would, like, hint at this somehow. There's no way. No.
聖堂でゆずりは先輩を待っている時に
Well, you knew about that, huh? Ichigo-kun explains to me in a fearful tremor. Ringo had set out to arrive at the chapel 30 minutes before our arranged time. She'd taken care where she stepped on the sodden ground. Then, while she was reading a book on the stone paving in front of the chapel and waiting for me to arrive...
襲われた
What?
はいそれで足をくじいてしまったもののなんとか寄宿舎まで戻ってきて私はたまたまロビーに行って戻ってきたリンゴを見つけて保健室へ
She'd rushed to her sister's aid without a second thought. Perhaps their relationship is back to how it was before. Then...
大丈夫ですくじいただけで折れたとかじゃないです
Okay, well, that's good, but if somebody actually attacked her, that's real messed up. Goosebumps rise across my skin as Ringo forces a brave smile for me. It feels at first like I have the chills, but then I realize the true source of this feeling. Anger. Anger towards those who have kept their distance from Ringo, shunning her from being different. The students I picture are pure manifestations of malice. No eyes, noses, or eyebrows, just cruel crescent moon mouths. Oh, Jesus.
待っていてくれ
Yuzu's gonna go on a
僕がそ
warpath!
いつを捕まえてくる
Oh, jeez. Anger boiling in my stomach, I turn tail without waiting for Ringo's response. I'd known since before I arrived at the scene of the attack. No, even before I declared to Ringo that I'd get them.
くそ
There's no way the culprit would still be there. There's nothing for me to gain by coming back here. Even so,
くそ
my prickling skin and frayed nerves won't allow me to rest. I search all around and inside the chapel but find nothing that would serve as evidence of the crime. The only signs of the attack are the footprints left in the mud in front of the building. Expelling my irritation in one long breath, I examine the ground intently.
こいつは
There are two distinct sets of footprints approaching the chapel, but only one leaving. All are of the same size and sole. Well, I mean, that makes sense. We're all wearing the same shoes. Being the same size is like, oh, that could be a very... That could obviously paint us in an Ichigo did it kind of deal. I don't think that's the case, though. One from when I set out to meet Ringo, one from when I went back after she failed to show up, then one from now when I returned. My footprints are the only ones that mar the earth. In other words,
初めから計画的にリンゴを襲うつもりだった
why would somebody do that from the out? Like, why? It's so mean. Why would you go this far? They erased both Ringo's prints and their own. My guts boil again at the knowledge that this was not spontaneous, but a carefully planned assault.
くそ
Oh, she's pissed, dude. Oh, damn. Punching the wall doesn't help to disperse my anger, and I return to the dorms feeling thoroughly despondent. Damn. Back in the dark, silent lobby, I slump my shoulders. The lights are off in the aquarium and the fish are sleeping. There's nothing to soothe my distress at my own worthlessness. I make my way unsteadily to the shoe lockers, wanting some small reminder of Ringo. Her cute little shoes are plastered with mud. Dirt both clings to the soles and is splattered across the surface of her shoes, bringing to mind painful images of her dragging her foot back through the wet earth.
僕のせいだ。
Oh, don't blame yourself. I mean, this is just kind of like, this is something that happened, obviously, like, but that is caused by your relationship, maybe, but it's not your fault. It's somebody being a real big tool bag. I thought that even if people were ignoring her now, things would smooth over with time. I thought that all I had to do was stick with the Aigaki-kun's suggestion until then.
私の見込みが甘いせいで彼女を傷つけた。
Let's not spiral here. Clenching my fists so hard my nails leave red crescents in my palms, I finish my confession. And that's the story of what happened a few days prior. I look at the two girls who've been listening to my confession.
そんなことが。
だいたい耳にした通りだな。
Yagaki-kun's gaze had remained fixed on the page, but now she closes her book and strokes her chin as she stares at me.
佐々木妹が襲われた話の流れは噂で流れているのとそう変わりない。泥で汚れた靴や足跡が消されてたってのは。
Yeah, it's pretty messed up, isn't it?
安楽椅子探偵は犯人が分かったかい？
With a feline smile, Yagaki-kun nods in the affirmative. Both Takasaki-kun and I lean forward eagerly.
犯人は七不思議の一つ。精霊の
What?
ルーガル。
Okay! I see you're taking this very seriously. She declares cheerfully.
そんなことは分かっているよ。
The werewolf of the bell tower. It's the hottest topic in school right now. I mean, of course it is. What else would be the hottest topic of school right now?
それってリンゴさんが言っているのよね。自分を襲った犯人が
Ringo is telling people that the thing that attacked her was a beast with fur like a wolf.
そう。今やウェンディゴの影も形もない。ルーガルーにとって変わられた。精霊のルーガルー。新しい七不思議の一つだ。
The shapeshifter of the dorms, the Bloody Mary, the goddess of truth, the Green Hookman, the wandering Wendigo of the woods. To join their ranks, another old character from the Seven Mysteries has been dragged out anew.
もちろん狼男が犯
There
人。
can't be! Ringo Sasaki is covering for the real Oh no! If Ringo is actually covering for the real culprit, there's a very real chance that Ichigo could have done something out of jealousy and it was just like immediately horrified having done it. Oh boy. Her kindness won't permit her to voice the truth that another student assaulted her out of jealousy. And so she created this character from her own knowledge of the Academy's 7 mysteries to pin the blame on.
でも聖堂にそんな怖い逸話があったなんて驚いたわ。聖堂にしか現れない七不思議の怪異なのでしょ。
Why are you that surprised that like scary anecdotes are tied to things around here? These girls got nothing but time.
まあな、森をさまようウェンディゴよりも精霊のルーガルーの方が襲われる場所にしたらうなずける。聖堂はもう森ではないしな。
Something feels a little off about her smile as she
君
responds.
もリンゴがルーガルーに襲われたと思っているのか？
まさか。
As if.
それじゃあ
I'm about to ask her how she can possibly smile about it, but before I can,
ただ、こいつは怪我の巧妙だと思っていますよ。
I think putting the word break at the end of that about an injury is probably the worst wording you could have used.
怪我を負って 何がいい結果だと言うんだ。
おっと、そんなに睨まないでくださいよ。ただ、今までとは空気が変わったってことを言いたかったんですよ。
何を？
学院のみんなもルーガルーに襲われたなんて本気で信じちゃいないでしょ。状況から襲われたのは確かだ。今まで佐々木妹に辛く当たっていたものの、
Oh, wait a
今度の
minute.
一件で留飲が
Could this? Did these two little shitters maybe concoct a plan to kind of draw the heat off, to kind of get this to go away? I mean, it is a smart plan. But, you know, maybe like Ringo actually getting injured wasn't supposed to be part of the plan. I think that, Oh, how the turns have tabled.
怪我人に強く当たっていては
Yes, sir.
ってことか。
ま、そういうことです。これで佐々木妹の状況
I guess that does help.
だから
That'll make investigating it a little easier, I imagine. People are going to be a little more willing to talk about maybe if they saw anything. Takusaki-kun nods with comprehension, and I...
怪我させられたことには
Yeah, she's real mad. She's real mad. As Yaigaki-kun says, this may be a case of good coming out of evil. However...
許す許さないは別の話。
Oh, she's going to pile drive someone off the top of one of these bookshelves. Ringo may be covering for them, but that doesn't change the fact that the person who hurt her is still here at the academy. The victim herself brought up a supernatural culprit, the werewolf of the bell tower. As such, the possibility of it being an intruder has been eliminated, and the faculty seems to be taking a wait-and-see approach. But I'm not gonna settle for that.
狼狩りだ。
Time to go wolf hunting! Who's going wolf hunting? We's going wolf hunting. But we'll handle the wolf hunt next time we are together. Well, that ended up... I mean, it ended up mostly okay. I mean, other than Ringo being injured, that's not great. Not a fantastic turn of events. I don't love that, obviously. But it feels like things are starting to cool down a little bit. On the whole, like, let's all hate Yuzuriha for not dating Norine because that's our OTP for some reason. We shipped them and then they went against that and oh boy. But then again, we've not really heard from Norine since, you know, that. So, anyway, things are certainly about to get interesting, and the next time we're together, we're gonna do some wolf hunting. But until next time, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a nice rest of your whatever, wherever you are, and we'll catch you next time. Bye!